What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing all right myself. Exhausted as fuck, but I'm doing all right. Man, I'm so fucking tired. Yeah, I worked again. Worked late last night. Got home at 3. Didn't go to bed till like 4. So, uh, so yeah. So today will probably be a short one. So I can go right back to fucking bed. I'm so tired. Why am I doing this? Why do I hate myself? All right. So Destiny has been banned on Kick and demonetized on X. We're gonna take a look at that. And then even like Pierce Morgan doesn't like him. It's not that surprising. But yeah, so for some he calls them jokes. He's made has caused Destiny to be banned on Kick and to be demonetized on X. So we're gonna go through that. We're gonna check it out and see what the comments he said and all that. And yeah, that's the plan. And then let's see. Trump calls. Trump's finally calling the widow of Cory Comprator. So I guess Democrats are gonna be happy now because they've been complaining about it forever. Ooh, she didn't. She refused to call from Trump or from Biden, but Trump hasn't called her. Well, there you go. Now he's called her. Happy? Guy can take a couple days to recover from being shot in the ear. No, he had to call her immediately apparently. But anyways, we'll take a look at that. And then Cory Mills, who's serves in the U.S. Army, was a former sniper, talks about his conspiracy theory on Trump, and CNN has lost their freaking mind about it. So we'll check that out. What else? Hold on. And then we got 2 more plots that happened. One Iranian plot that's apparently to assassinate Trump, and then another one. Police were shot, potential threat near the RNC. So we'll check that out. But anyways, yeah. So before we get into it, follow me on X at official W Ghosts. That's the best way to find out when I go live. You could also watch me live if you choose to do so. Here we go. Wait, what's wrong? I need it right here. There we go. Right side. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. And then of course rumble.com/withghost. That is the main channel. No matter where we go, that's where we're gonna be. It's Rumble. YouTube is youtube.com/@withghost. Yeah. Those are the best way. That's YouTube, twitch.tv/official with Ghost. And then of course my gaming channel for Rumble is Gaming with Ghosts, and on YouTube it's at official Gaming with Ghost. Links are below. Make sure you like the video. All right, so let's get into Destiny. Now he's been banned. Like I said, he's been banned on Kick and he's been demonetized. The ban was on Kick was hate speech. And his suspension will expire at 7 on July 31st. Now, I don't think he should have been banned for what he said. What he basically was making fun of Cory Comprator, whatever, for dying at the Trump rally because he's a Trump supporter, and so that therefore, by Destiny logic, deserved to die, basically. So yeah, you shouldn't have been banned for any of this. Demonetization is a different story. I think people can grossly misunderstand what freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech doesn't mean you get to be paid for what you say. You just get to be able to say it, but there are consequences to everything you say. Now, like I said, I don't, I'm okay with demonetization. Demonetization. Monetization. Oh man, you ever say something, you say it wrong, and then you keep trying to say it right, and you keep saying it wrong. It's me right there. All right, demonetized. I'm okay with that. But it's under a few things. It's got to be clear the reasoning behind it, and specific. Because that gives the individual who's been demonetized an opportunity to fight back. You can't really fight back when it's fake. So here's why he got demonetized. Like there's the specific reason he got demonetized for X. Probably helps if I hit presentation. Hey. All right. Your account, Destiny, that's his Twitter, has been temporarily paused for ad revenue sharing as we suspect there may be a breach of our creator monetization standards. The cause was your account was found to have violated our policies. So that was the reason behind it. I don't agree with that. Okay, if you're going to demonetize someone, you need to be specific. You said you broke X rule. Okay, and this is how you broke it. So if you're going to demonetize someone, you gotta be able to at least show there was some justification, not because I didn't like what you said. Like with Kick, it's hate speech. Hate speech is dumb and gay, like Destiny is. So here are the basic comments as caused Destiny to lose his monetization. This is fucking retarded. This is the fucking retard that got killed at Trump rally. Fucking LMAO. And it's Cory Compton. His Twitter. He says Putin 100%. No fucking context behind that at all. For all we know, he said Putin's the worst person ever. Or they were doing some horrible who's the worst person ever? Is it Hitler or Putin? And he said Putin. For all we know, no context behind it. So good job there. Do you mean the bleachers he wanted to die on, or don't you mean the bleachers he wanted to die on? And this was him quote tweeting someone saying, "This is the hill you want to die on." And then someone tweets, "Go outside and take a walk. Don't bring your phone." And he says, "I'm sure Cory and Babbitt are both having fun with each other in hell right now." So those seem to be the comments that have gotten Destiny to lose his monetization. Again, they're just jokes. At least that's what he claims. They're bad jokes, sure, but they're apparently just jokes. He points out that this is Dave Rubin. He tweeted this out. This was a while back. Here's hoping that AOC, Rashida, and Elon join Aaron Bushell in his brave protest. So you can see that that's fairly similar. It's the same thing to what Destiny did, and for all as far as I know, Dave Rubin hasn't lost his monetization. So Destiny has a point. I mean, but again, if you're going to demonetize someone, then you got to do it equally and fairly, and you got to have a legit reason. This violates our policy. All right, what specific policy did I violate, and how? I don't like Destiny, and honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I really don't give two shits that he was demonetized. But to be fair, I don't give two shits when anyone's demonetized. I don't care. It for the most part, it doesn't affect me at all, and I don't care. And when it does affect me, like say it's a creator I like and they're demonetized, you know what I do? I go and support them. okay, I either donate or whatever. Like I'll support him in some way. So like when someone gets demonetized, it's I just don't generally care. My only problem with demonetization is for the longest time it's been heavily unfair. It's been mainly focused on right creators. Now the left creators are getting a taste of it. They don't like it, but they're all for it when it happens to someone on the right. And now you can see that right creators, they don't like it, but they like it when it happens to someone on the left. Oh my God, we're all hypocrites. Who cares? Well, again, I don't give two shits if Destiny was demonetized because I don't watch the fucker. He's just some weird Coomer guy who is so upset. Like his spurging makes no sense. He's upset over a guy and wants to insult and make fun of a guy who died protecting his family. Now, the reason Destiny is more than likely upset and needs to, make fun of a guy who decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to protect my family, is because, Destiny doesn't have that type of instinct. He doesn't have that instinct to protect someone he cares about. Okay? So that's why he doesn't like Cory Comperton. Has nothing to do with his politics, but it has everything to do with the fact that Cory is willing to, protect his family, and Destiny just abandons him. Like, fuck this guy. Who gives a shit? Like, who fucking cares what a cuck says? That's all this dude is a giant cuck. All right, I don't care what he has to say. And like I said, my demonetization stance is simply that, a stance where hey, we're gonna do it. That's fine, because I think people really misunderstand this whole freedom of speech. It's freedom to say the things you want to say. It's not freedom to be paid for what you said. And if you're on private platforms, you have to adhere to their terms of standards or terms of service. And what you can and can't really say on these platforms. The problem with Destiny is he's gotten away so often with just saying whatever he wants on these platforms. He's ran some issues like with Twitch. He got banned on Twitch, I think, and now he's on Kick and all that stuff. But it's I'm fucking half asleep here. But like I said, I just don't care. I really don't care. But again, I don't care most of the time. I really don't give two shits most of the time. Like I said, it doesn't affect me. And maybe it's because I don't get monetized really for what things I say, and that's okay. And maybe they'll change my stance once I get monetized, and I will expose my hypocrisy. But I really could give two shits. Fuck this guy. I don't care about him. Okay, he'd probably be more than happy if someone that he disagrees with gets canceled and stuff. He'd probably be more happy with that. And I don't care. Like, this guy, he bans or he blacklists people all the time on it. He won't debate Jackson Hinkle and he won't debate Andrew Wilson. It's kind of funny because they both smoke him in the debates. But yeah, I just don't care about anything. Fuck Destiny. Who cares? But again, like I said, with the demonetization and the ban, I don't think anyone should be banned for what the things they say. So Kick's wrong with that. Also, hate speech is gay. Okay, 100%. Hate speech is so dumb. So dumb. Okay. And then the Twitter thing, it was super vague, and I hate vagueness. Okay, you violated our policies. Okay, how? Specifically how? And that, again, allows someone to fight it. I don't care if someone's demonetized. I just want it to be done fair and equally among everyone. Okay? But, is what it is. So let's check something out. Destiny was on Piers Morgan, and he continued his unhinged, rant, I guess. Let's listen in. Let's see if this rant of his or whatever will get me to care about him. I'm suspecting it won't, but let's check it out.
No, but you are in a world where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theories.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any.
That's not true at all. Come on, Destiny. If you're gonna try to bullshit, at least be accurate. That's not true at all. They can't say anything. Okay, they're not allowed to say anything they want. They get banned too. They get demonetized too. What are you talking about? You're just getting the same taste of what conservatives get. What are you fucking talking about? The only thing that, I have a problem with conservatives is they're being pretty hypocritical here. All right. They're real happy that Destiny's getting banned and shit. But they've been out, being, clutching, being outcrying about bans happening on with them and stuff. So now, look, if you're gonna have an issue with bans, you gotta have an issue with everything. Okay. So it can't just be, I have an issue with the rights, people on the right being banned, but I'm totally cool with Destiny being banned. So that's an issue. That's a hypocrisy there. But don't try this bullshit, Destiny, that conservatives can say anything. Man, this is a great picture. That guy's like, his eyes are like this. That's a great pause. Does Destiny have a lazy eye? All right, anyways, but it's complete crap. It's not. That's not true at all. You can't just. Conservatives can never say anything they want.
But they can do anything, and then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like, "Oh my God, it's so tragic."
No, Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position, because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the
So here's the crux of it. They're all hypocrites. All of them. Destiny's a hypocrites. The conservatives are hypocrites. There we go. Okay? That's the crux of the matter.
Describing. You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children.
I don't think he was that young.
Who he was protecting as he.
Again, the reason Destiny hates this firefighter, the reason he doesn't like him, is because he knows he doesn't have that spirit in him. He would never do that. He would never lay down his life for anyone. He's a very selfish individual. And that's fine. You be a selfish individual all you want. I don't give two shits. But that's truly why he hates hates this guy. That's all. That's the real reason why. All right. He realized that in that moment, once he saw someone actually put down their life to protect their family, he realized he doesn't have that in him. He's not someone that would lay down his life for someone he cares about. And so, he became very jealous, and that's where the outrage is coming from. That's why, guys.
He was shot dead. That he deserved what was coming to him, because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry. That makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die. But you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the conservative response to Pelosi's husband when they broke in.
I can answer that.
Mainstream media figures
I can answer that.
I don't care.
I can answer that.
With all due respect, I don't care what your answer is.
Let me answer that.
The reality is that conservatives have been turning the temperature up on the rhetoric. They have been making fun of these types of events for years, and now when something happens to them, now they're looking for sympathy from the liberal side. Absolutely not. It's insane. It's unhinged.
Yeah,
you can conduct yourself in such a manner and expect people to feel sorry when things happen.
Why should anybody on the right listen to a word of your hectoring and lecturing about how they should behave? And by the way, for the record, the mockery of Nancy Pelosi's husband when he was attacked by an intruder with a hammer was also despicable, right? I can see despicable behavior on all sides, and I'm happy to call it out when I see it. You, however, want to present yourself as this great kind of standard bearer of decency who sees outrageous behavior on the right time and again and is incensed by this disgusting, inhumane behavior. And yet time and again, since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, you have displayed exactly the same kind of inhumane behavior. Fuck him about a fireman who is killed because he attends a rally of a guy he wants to vote for.
My issue with the MAGA kids is not that they are not empathetic. My issue is that they support a president that led an insurrection against the United States.
What a fucking idiot. Oh, he led an insurrection because that's not true at all. It's not true. Wasn't an insurrection. Okay, you guys keep calling it an insurrection all you want because you got nothing. It wasn't an insurrection at all.
I'm not here to tone police over their empathy.
18
I'm just saying
million
that if you're
people
gonna ask
voted for Donald
empathy,
Trump last time round.
That's great. 80 million people voted for a guy that tried to insurrect the government, and it looks like they might try to do it again. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. These are the facts on the ground. The idea that
So you don't like
sympathy,
attacks on democracy. So presumably you would unreservedly condemn the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, because that's one of the most egregious attacks on American democracy in modern times. Presumably,
I don't think that
you will
anybody
take
should
this
be trying
opportunity,
to-
given you
Yeah, I
are
don't think
so
anybody-
determined to protect the integrity of democracy, you would find it absolutely outrageous that someone has tried to assassinate a president, right?
If the other conservatives on this show want to say that it was absolutely outrageous
No, I'm
that Donald
asking
Trump
you.
attempted to coup the government,
I'm asking
then,
you.
then
You didn't coup the government, you idiot. This is see, all Destiny has is TDS. He has Trump derangement syndrome. Okay, he tried to insurrect the government. No, he didn't. Nothing. He didn't try to insurrect the government at all. Okay, you fucking idiot.
maybe then I would. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show
I'm
sympathy
not
to
asking you
conservatives.
to.
that
I'm
have
not
none.
asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn what happened as an egregious attack on democracy. Can you do that?
No, I won't. No, I won't. I won't.
You can't do that. You see,
Not
so
even-
why the hell,
Absolutely
frankly,
not.
Destiny,
Absolutely not.
why the
Absolutely
hell
not.
should we listen to
Absolutely
a
not.
word you have to say
Wait, hold
about?
on. Why do you think conservatives haven't been listening to a word that liberals have said about anything for 8 years?
Right,
what do you
but
think
why
is going to
should
change?
they?
You think
But
that
here's my
liberals
point,
come out now
Destiny.
and they go, "Oh my God, this was so horrible"?
But
You
here's
think they're
my
going to go,
point.
"Wow, that is true."
Hey,
Maybe that
wait a
Congress
second.
should also like
Charlie,
turn the rhetoric down a little bit.
I'll bring you in at the end of this. I promise you, and you'll get a good chance to respond. But here's my problem, Destiny, with your whole position on this, right? Is that you don't actually have anything inside you that you want the other side to have. You don't have any of the empathy. You don't have any sympathy. You don't care that someone tried to assassinate Donald.
Also, he claims, "Oh, I wasn't gleeful about it. I wasn't gleeful about it." What are you talking about? You said after the assassination, he saw some blood in the bleacher and said, "All I see is a Biden up +1 in Pennsylvania." That's what he said. That sounds pretty gleeful to me. All right. Oh, it's just a joke. Okay, dude, stop it.
Asking for
You don't
empathy
care
and
that a young
sympathy.
fireman
You
with a
don't need
family
any of that.
was
I'm not
killed in the
asking for that.
process. You don't
Just
actually.
support an
You are not
insurrectionist.
the person you want these other people to be, and all you do is play whataboutery with every question I give you. And I'm just
Well,
startled.
it's not what about it. We're talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about the temperature of this country. But here's a question for the
What are you look? This is complete crap. What are you talking about? The temperature of this country. Maxine Waters has repeatedly said, you go up to conservatives or Republicans, what was it, and you go tell them we don't want you here. When Derek Chauvin was on trial, who was it? Kamala Harris or Maxine Waters said, if you don't convict this man, we're gonna come to your city and riot. Does Destiny condemn the BLM, the Summer of Love, where cities got burned down? Does he condemn that? No, he probably thinks it's the fucking greatest thing of all times. So stop this crap where, oh, conservatives says you don't give two shits. You don't give two shits. You don't care that Donald Trump is insurrected, as you call it, against the United States. You don't care because you don't care when BLM does it. All right. You just care that it was Donald Trump that does it. And it's the same, it's the same on both sides. It's just
to
ridiculous.
panelists, what percentage of this event happening was due to Donald Trump's rhetoric? What do they think the answer to that question is?
What percentage could it be that the other side, as we just heard from Dave Rubin, has spent 8 years calling Donald Trump the new Adolf Hitler, a person who was responsible for the murder of 12 million people, including 6 million Jewish people in a Holocaust. Last time I checked, Donald Trump hasn't murdered 12 million people. So much as you would like him to be the new Hitler, he's not. But again, to an impressionable, young, deranged mind who has easy access to guns, that can be easily interpreted as an existential threat, said President Biden. Somebody that needs to be put in the bullseye, said Biden.
Okay,
only last week. And guess what? Guess what? Somebody then comes forward and tries to kill the existential threat.
Rhetoric?
So there it is. So all Destiny's stand is like, well, the right does it too. That was the stance. And it's like, yeah, so does the left. The right does it, the left does it. And, for it to be, to be all completely fair, I don't think Biden is responsible for the attack on Donald Trump, just like I don't think Donald Trump's responsible for, or the right is. I don't think the left or the left is at all responsible for the attack on Donald Trump, for their rhetoric. I don't think that anything that's happened to any Democrats is the right's fault. All right, it's just deranged people doing deranged shit. That's all it is. So stop blaming the rhetoric. All right, it's so dumb. Like we all know when Biden said his whole, I'm the man for the job. I can do it. What's the word? What else he say? It's like, the debates were fine. Now it's time to put the bullseye back on Trump or some shit like that, or put Trump in the bullseye. Okay, he wasn't calling for an assassination. That wasn't his rhetoric. He was saying, "All right, stop focusing on my fuck up. Let's focus on Donald Trump." That's all that was. But yeah, like I said, Destiny's just mad because this Cory Comperton dude, was willing to do something that Destiny would never do. Okay, Destiny's a coward. He's a little shithead, little bitch. All right, and the idea of someone sacrificing their life to protect their family is just foreign to him. That's all it is. That's all that is, guys. So don't worry about what the cook says. Okay, he's probably spending. He's look. This guy's so annoying that even his wife left him. Like his wife left him. He's like, oh, this guy's such a bitch. I gotta leave. Why care what he has to say? Let him make his little jokes. Just ignore him. Don't engage him. Just shun him. Just shun him away. Okay. Don't ban him. You can demonetize him as much as you want, but you got to have a clear fucking reason, not this vague shit. But who cares? Like, look, Destiny never cares. Okay, what he's saying, he just doesn't care. Okay, he actually doesn't care. Like, even if conservatives were complete and other angels, he'd still be making these jokes regardless. So who the fuck cares? That's all that is regardless of what, like, the right could never have said a bad word, could never have made fun of nothing. Destiny would still have made his jokes because he hates Donald Trump and anyone who supports him. Okay, because in Destiny's eyes, Donald Trump is an evil man. Okay, that's all it is. So he's got the TDS, and who the fuck cares? All right, this guy's probably spends more time on his knees for other guys than he does podcasting. Okay, who the fuck cares? Just ignore him. Who cares? You actually get him, with some real debaters like Jackson Hinkle or Andrew Wilson, and you blacklist them. All right, let's move on. No one cares about Destiny anymore. Or at least I don't care. I don't care about Destiny anymore. All right, so Justin, the widow of Cory Comperton, has received a call from President Trump, Donald Trump, not President Trump, after her husband was shot at the PA rally. He was very kind and said he would continue to call me in the days and weeks ahead. Helen Comperton said. Helen told Trump that her husband left this world a hero and God welcomed him in. Helen and Cory were high school sweethearts. Helen said her husband left his hometown and refused to ever leave. You couldn't have paid him to move from his hometown. This was his home. This was his people, Cory's sister said. There just isn't an adjective strong enough for you all to understand exactly how shattered we are. Okay? So this is the guy that Destiny's mad at because he said Putin 100% without any context. This is the guy who Destiny is very upset with. How dare he? How dare he? Like I said, I expressed my opinion at this point to a ridiculous amount. Like who cares? Who cares? There's no reason to care. Like I said, he's just deep down, just some loser. Angry that a man was willing to sacrifice his life for his family. It's just something Destiny doesn't have in him to do. Okay, what was that guy Captain America said? He's the type of guy who's never willing to lay down on the wire or some shit. I don't care. All right, moving on. Done with Destiny. No one cares about him. Okay. All right, so this is Cory Mills. Actually, hold on. Let's get into who the fuck Cory Mills is. Let's do that first. All right, so Cory Mills, this is Wikipedia. Cory Mills is an American businessman, defense contractor, and politician who is a member of the United States House of Representatives for Florida's 7th Congressional District since 2023. A member of the Republican Party, he worked in various organizations as a security specialist and a business executive before being elected to Congress in 2012 or 22. Sorry. So that's who Cory Mills is. Actually, let's get into a bit of his history too, because that's important. From 99 to 04, Mills served in the United States Army, where he's a member of the 82nd Airborne. I thought I'd say what he was. Okay. So he served as in the 82nd Airborne. According to Colin Rugg, he was a former U.S. sniper. So I don't know if that's accurate. I didn't see anything, but that was Wikipedia, so who the fuck cares? But anyways, that's who he is. All right, let's try this out. Let's see what Cory Mills has to say. Now, he has his own thoughts on the assassination attempt of Trump.
I look at all of these things and I look at different videos where an assailant will pull a firearm on a law enforcement officer, and the first thing they do is they immediately pull and draw and mitigate the threat and the risk. I ask why the local law enforcement officer did not do so. The other thing is that when you set up an advanced team, I keep hearing this about the perimeter elements.
Yeah.
The perimeter is actually established by your threats that are in the area. So if I don't have any threats outside of 100 yards, okay, fine, I can cordon off a certain area. But if I have a building 160 yards perfectly adjacent to the stage, that's an obvious threat, especially with an elevated position that has overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sniper's paradise. And, we talk about Eagle's Nest. You all
been spending most of my life living in the snipers. No, you don't like that. Sorry.
also have, which no one talks about, but the water tower.
So
The
what I'm
water
hearing
tower
from you
wells.
is it's not a failure on the ground for sure, but also a failure in advance.
I think it's a failure in advance. I think it's a failure to.
Oh yeah, this is a huge failure for the advanced team. I don't know if I explained this, but the advanced team is basically exactly what you think. They go in and days, weeks, whatever, ahead of wherever the president's going to be speaking that day, on the day. So they go well ahead, and they identify all the, they find the area, they identify the area, they check out the threats. They're generally the ones, if you ever made a threatening post or said something threatening in some sort of manner on the president, they'll go and talk to you, see if you're actually someone that they need to take seriously or not. And in some cases, they might actually end up throwing you in jail. So that's the advanced team. So like I said, they're generally the ones that sorry, getting my shit situated here. So yeah, that's what they do. They're just there to assess the security of everything around them and see, what they need to cover, what don't they need to cover, how far, various areas are, and they probably provide suggestions to the team leader and explains to them, hey, there's this, there's that, there's this, if you want, you can put people here. They'll coordinate with local law enforcement, and all that stuff. So that's what the advanced team does.
You have the counter snipers to be able to establish their range fit and their sketch maps.
I also heard we've also learned that local snipers were stationed inside that building. At the time.
I haven't heard that piece of it yet, but that doesn't necessarily make sense unless they were actually in a window which was backed off. Because a lot of times you get yourself in there. Sometimes you expose your rifle in a way to try and do a force protection or a show of force that actually stops things. Others are actually
that's there is that too. This show of force. That's what you'll call uniform individuals. Even if they're unarmed, they're kind of expected to be like a show of force. We're here to fuck with you. And all that stuff. So that's what he means by show of force. So you're you're kind of there to basically exactly what it sounds like. You're there to show that you're there and people shouldn't fuck with you. That's a secondary thing of being, a Secret Service is, you're there. People can see you, they can identify you, they know that, hey, Secret Service here, this is who they are. Don't fuck with them. Okay, so an additional plus when you have like close protection is having someone there. It's a show of force.
Actually more tactical where they'll sit back a little bit, but a sniper for the law enforcement is only trained to shoot about 75 yards, unlike your counter sniper teams that are on. So, but here's my problem. In having done this for so long, they always say the adage of ignorance is bliss, and I think that's true. I've done thousands of advances. I've done thousands of counter sniper operations with our teams in Iraq and Afghanistan, etc. The amount of negligence, the amount of mistakes that was made here, I have a very difficult time not leaning myself towards this was intentional as opposed to fecklessness.
But wait, talk to me about that. I actually heard you say this right the day after, which I wanted to ask you about. What do you mean intentional? I mean an intentional failure on the part of...
No, I wouldn't say an intentional failure on the part of, but I gotta just, I sit here and I scratch my head. You don't want to be the conspiracist. You don't want to be the person.
I'm telling you, because that's what it's leaning to.
No, I know. And that's the issue, is that you walk this fine balance of, you're not trying to be a conspiracist, but you look at it and you go, how could this have gone so...
But it's one thing if someone on the street says it. It's not, you, Cory Mills, member of Congress, former sniper, you saying it, it makes my eyebrows go up. When you say you're walking the line on this, intentional what?
It almost seems to me, and I think that an investigation is necessary at this point within Congress, not just the FBI, not just others. I look back at it and I'm thinking, all right, for an individual, if you looked at the escalations and how they are trying to approach him, let's just say that it was like, okay, first we want to censor and silence you, then we want to indict and imprison you. Now we're attempting to kill you and take.
Cory Mills listens to Andrew Tate. There you go. Proof. Cory Mills listens to Andrew Tate. That's something Andrew Tate's very famous for saying. He's like, Forrest, when he got banned, he's like, they have 3 bullets. All right. The first bullet is for still silence you and censor you. Then they'll try and lock you up and throw you in jail. And if all those fails, they'll try and kill you. So you hear it here. You've heard it here first. Cory Mills listens to Andrew Tate.
Whoa. Let's slow down.
Please.
CNN's freaking the fuck out now. They're like, oh. You're accusing the government of doing some shit here.
I'm hearing 2 things from you. I don't want to jump ahead of things, but I'm also hearing you jumping ahead of things.
Well, actually, I'm just looking at all the different possible capabilities. One of the things as a military member, one of the things as a person who's run special operations communities before, one of the people who's actually done this is that you look at all potential analysis, right?
Donald Trump and his team have said,
no, I agree.
Dial it back. Do not blame this on Joe Biden.
Oh, well, actually, I didn't say Joe Biden, to be completely
Who's the
clear.
they then? Let's be very specific.
Well, that's what the investigation has to do. Was it local law enforcement that had made the mistakes, or was there something to it? Was there other types of things that we need to be analyzing or looking at and providing analysis? My point is that when something's so significant, you're talking about something that hasn't happened in decades, right?
I totally.
But my point is this. From a perspective of someone who's actually conducted these are not difficult advances. This is not like I'm putting together a stage placement in a tight shot. This is about looking at your surroundings. What is my green, yellow, and red route, which is your routes out in case? What is my actual elements that I need to be looking at as far as mitigating threats or risks or increased levels? Where's my range fan for the sniper that says, okay, here's my 100, my 200, my sketch. Here's an area where someone could shoot. Because here's my thing.
So you're
Let's
saying,
just say it's a Royce element.
You are saying this is so basic that how big the screw up was, that's what's leading your brain down this road?
That's exactly right, in a way.
Look,
but because here's the other thing. Let's just say it's a resource.
Tom Emmer was just on with me, and he said very specifically to me, I wrote it down. He said very clearly, it is too early to be talking about who is at fault and who is responsible.
That's why an investigation is necessary.
Is it not dangerous? Is it not reckless to even be throwing around the word intentional right now?
So to question things as we do an investigation is recklessness, because at that point, then should we never question anything? My point is this. Let me ask
this. She's freaking the fuck out. She's hilarious. She's like, oh shit. He's saying the words. We can't have this. Now, Why is the congressman here so forceful with what he has to say? What's going on here? What could that possibly be? Well, you know what? I bet what happened. What? Hold on. There we go. All right. I bet what happened is the congressman here had some coffee. That's what happened here. He had some coffee. And the best kind of coffee, 1775 coffee. It's time to say goodbye to Starbucks and say hello to Rumble's 1775 coffee. Unlike other brands, this coffee is backed by free speech and is unapologetic about it. Visit 1775coffee.com. Use the promo code Studio40 to get 40% off on any coffee subscriptions. The coffee comes in medium and dark roast. It also comes in pea berry, which is similar to Kona coffee. In other words, this stuff is premium. Click the link in the live chat or the description. You can also go directly to 1775coffee.com and use the promo code Studio40 to get 40% off today. If you're wondering what I drink, you see me drinking from my beautiful mug here, 1775 coffee. I have pea berry. It's great. It only comes in the coffee ground, so I got to ground it up myself. No big deal, but it's delicious, and I highly recommend it. It's a lot better than a lot of other coffee brands I tried, so I highly recommend it. But that's what gives the congressman here energy to spout his theories on CNN and freak them the fuck out, which is beautiful. Again, go to 1775.com and use the promo code Studio40 to get 40% off. You can also click the link in the description. All right, back to it. I lost a bunch of people, but it's okay. I just got money. I always lose people when I read an ad. All right, moving on. Let's listen to some more of this.
I'm not trying to be PC. My point is, in the political environment that we are in,
what would it have taken, right? Let's just say that resources was limited. Let's go with that as an reasoning. So how many times have you seen where they just put a police car inside of a parking lot with not an officer in it and just leave the lights on as a deterrent? Why couldn't that have been a simple thing that was placed in? Why couldn't we have said to the owner of the actual AGR company, hey, look, we don't want to disrupt your business, but we also want to make sure your parking lot is clear of people trying to park in there for the rally. Why don't we place an officer there? My point is that this was too easy of a solution. And when I think about 160
I'm just so uncomfortable with even having
I'm uncomfortable with having to say it. Trust me, my whole point is that I would like to look at this and say, where was the mistake made? How can we correct it in the future? Why was this actually done? But I think that this does warrant a J13 type commission where we can actually look at it and say, let's investigate and find out why this happened so it doesn't happen to anyone. This is not about a political thing. This is about, we had an attempt to assassinate a president.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to understand what a serious matter this is. And this was a milliseconds or millimeter difference between this being an attempt and this being an assassination. And I can tell you, at 160 yards, Kate, just to give you an idea, your off-the-shelf rifle shoots what they call 1 minute of angle at every 100-yard line. So at 100, it's 1 inch, 200, 2 inches, etc. So now you're talking about 1.6-inch grouping capability of a rifle off a manufacturing line. Your average human being, because we used to do this in understanding sniper training, you're 20 inches shoulder to shoulder, 40 inches head to waist, and you're 6'8" in your average head size. These are kind of the dimensions that you look at as an average.
All right, so maybe this guy was a sniper. I didn't say any, I'm not, I never say he was, but there was nothing in his bio that said he was, but seems some really specific shit right there.
You're talking about a 1.6-inch grouping for multiple shots on a basic rifle. We're blessed. And I do believe in divine intervention, so I am a person of faith. I can't explain one. I hope that it was a corrugated roof and maybe he slipped off on one of the edges of the corrugated roof or he was rushed. But the whole thing, I think, just needs to have a better explanation. So
I don't know about y'all. I'm just really enjoying how visibly uncomfortable she is with this conversation. She's like, shit, you're going to get me Clinton here, motherfucker.
American people and everyone can feel comfortable.
And I think that's why people are saying pump the brakes, because we've seen conspiracy theories, honestly, on the right and the left. I just said Donio O'Sullivan on that it's already going like wildfire. This is a kind of political environment that they're saying it's too hot and people are jumping to too many conclusions.
Well,
that's why I am so uncomfortable.
As a military member, one of the things that we do is we what if scenario everything in the world, right? That's
I know, but I don't know. I'm just saying, if it's the what if that you talk about maybe in an investigation, and the what if that you are presenting on live television. I don't know. It's just
Well, so listen, I'm a public official.
yes.
Anything that I do, anything that I say in the public. I don't try and hide it in private. I think that the American people need transparency, accountability, and accessibility to the elected officials, not to try and hide behind what we want to look at. And I also think that if the American people know that we're questioning these things as well, it puts them at rest to at least know, why aren't they at least looking into this? Why we should look at every single situation which is of this significance. We should look at it from multiple angles to ensure that nothing is left out, nothing could be potentially claimed as being.
Yeah, it's just so funny seeing how uncomfortable she is. She's so uncomfortable. She's like, "Shit, dude, you're gonna get me." But he's right. Like, there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with saying this. All right, there's nothing inherently wrong with him saying these things. It doesn't. He's just saying, it's like, this is weird. This is why this is weird. Like, that's all he's really saying. And if you break it down, is X thing is weird. This is weird. Why are we why did this happen? And and if he doesn't say it, someone else is going to say it. All right, so it doesn't matter. But this was such a monumental screw up, and there was so many screw ups that you have to wonder this. You have to think I mean, did it? What was this something that was actually did they plan to do this? Was this all a conspiracy? Who knows? But you gotta be able to look at it and be like, "Whoa, this is a real massive screw up." And it just came out yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. The reason that they didn't put snipers on that particular roof was because it was sloped and people could get hurt, even though the roof that the counter snipers were on was also sloped. So I don't understand that thinking. So it's just bad explanation after bad explanation. And this is a monumental failure of the Secret Service. Heads need to roll. I have yet to see heads roll. It's hilarious. Oh, something else that's funny, just to get off sidetrack here real quick, is I didn't notice this when I first was watching it. But a lot of people seem to have noticed that when Trump was walking out on Monday and had a security service, there was something missing. It was a bunch of Secret Service men, not a lot of women bodyguards for Trump. You must have saw how much of a failure they were, and were like, "No, I'm good. Fuck this shit."
Being covered up.
Yeah.
We need to have more transparency to the American people, and I think that's what everyone deserves.
But a full investigation.
Full investigation
before anyone
That's right.
points at fault.
That's exactly right. And that's why I say I have not made an accusation of something. I just want to make sure we're covering our bases to ensure that
All this guy's saying is hey, look at it from all angles. All right, look at it as, could this have possibly been something like this? Could it not have been? What's going on here? That's all he's really advocating for. He isn't saying that this was a conspiracy or anything like that. Again, though, it's just so funny seeing how uncomfortable she is. I'm loving every minute of it.
we get a proper investigation at all levels to ensure this doesn't happen again and that our president can be safe.
Congressman, thank you for coming in. Thank you very much. John, back to you.
She's like, this motherfucker gonna get me murked. Fuck this dude. Look, basically, what Cory Mills was saying was the Clintons did it. Oh man, that was funny. I just loved how uncomfortable she was. All right, moving on. So, looks like U.S. officials have confirmed intel on an Iranian plot to assassinate Trump. No known connection to Saturday shooting. The white boy was secretly an Iranian. I've solved it. All right, let's check it out.
We have breaking news about an assassination plot by Iranians against Donald Trump. Let me read to you this breaking news that we are reporting from 3 U.S. officials who have been briefed on the matter. The U.S. obtained intelligence in recent weeks about an Iranian plot to assassinate Donald Trump. That information led the Secret Service to increase security around the former president. I want to bring in Jim Kavanaugh, retired ATF special agent in charge and an MSNBC contributor. We have a little more information as well that upon learning, the NSC informed the Secret Service, Jim, about this intelligence that they had. The Trump campaign was made aware of the evolving threat. The Secret Service surged resources and assets for the protection of former President Trump. All of this was in advance of Saturday, which of course is the day of the attempted assassination. Let me get your response to this reporting.
Well, it's very disturbing, Chris. I mean, over the weekend,
I think disturbing is putting it lightly. It's kind of freaky that a parent state actor is plotting to assassinate the president, or I guess. I don't know if that actually is specifying that there was an Iran itself, or it was just a group of Iranians. I guess that's not very clear.
When we were doing all the interviews on the breaking news with Trump, I mentioned the Soleimani case because they never forget.
Let me go back and just let people know what you're talking about. So it was Donald Trump during his administration who killed the leader, the terrorist leader, Qasem Soleimani. And this is something that the United States intelligence has been tracking for a very long time. In fact, there has been additional resources put not just to Donald Trump, but also to others who were involved in that.
So let me get this straight. That apparently, from what I understand, this happened prior to Saturday. That there was this plot, and Trump has yet to get sitting president level Secret Service protection. How fucking ridiculous is that? It's ridiculous.
In that plot, or in the plan to kill Soleimani.
Exactly, Chris. Well, and Soleimani was the leader of the Republican Guard, which is, I'm sure I'll get the numbers wrong, and our intelligence community guys will know the strength. It varies, but 80,000, 100,000. They have a lot of people, and they've been designated a terrorist organization. They're a military organization. I mean, they have capabilities far beyond a 20-year-old with an AR-15. Far beyond that. I mean, they have explosive sappers. They certainly have.
There was explosives. Okay. There was explosives, so don't be crazy here. There was
air-to-ground missiles. Ground-to-air missiles. They have, armored vehicle killers. I mean, they have everything. They're a military unit. Suicide actors as well. And we talked about over the weekend during NBC specials and on MSNBC about it. I mentioned it. I said, the threat to Trump from the Soleimani drone strike has never gone away. And these guys have a long memory, and so that is disturbing that threat stream popped up, stronger again prior to the Saturday shooting.
Well, I should say, Jim, that Tom Winter is reporting that officials do stress that there is no indication that Thomas Matthew Crooks, the man, of course, who was named as the person who shot at the former president, has any connection at all to the Iranian plot or foreign intelligence. And I also want to bring in Ken Delanian, who confirmed this reporting for us. And as Jim Kavanaugh rightly pointed out, there have been intelligence community tracking of Iranian threats since the killing of Soleimani. But tell us what else about this threat against Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's a very good point to make, Chris, the context here that this has been going on for years. And that's what the national security spokeswoman told our Gabe Gutierrez in talking about this. They've gotten a stream of intelligence for years about Iranian plots to do harm to current and former American officials who were involved in that operation to kill Qasem Soleimani back in 2020, which was ordered by Donald Trump. But what we've learned is that there was specific intelligence in recent weeks that came into the United States that caused specific concern about a plot to assassinate Donald Trump. and that was passed on to the Secret Service, which then surged resources to Donald Trump's detail. Now, that, of course, raises its own question, right? Because that was before the shooting, which is now being criticized for the security posture and the apparent mistakes that were made. So that was the result of plussed up resources, according to this reporting that we're learning right now, after there had been intelligence about an Iranian plot to assassinate Donald Trump. And I'm glad that you stressed earlier, it's very important to say that officials are cautioning us there's no connection between this apparent Iranian plot and this shooter in Butler County, this 20-year-old Thomas Crooks. It's a horrific coincidence, but it nonetheless is the case that they're saying.
Is it a coincidence? Is it?
Saying that they passed this intelligence on to the Secret Service, which was aware of it, which then surged resources to Donald Trump's security detail. And as Jim was alluding to, there are a number of former officials, including former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, former National Security Advisor John Bolton, who still have touted security details to this day because they are under threat of Iranian assassination because of their connection to the operation that killed Qasem Soleimani. Chris.
All right. So that was stepped up security. Man, if that was stepped up security for a threat from the state of Iran, because it sounded like it was the state of Iran, then what the fuck are we doing? Like Trump needs sitting president level Secret Service protection at this point, because that was ridiculous. So that apparently is what stepped up Secret Service security looks like. That's what that looks like. That was a shit show, man. All right. And then the other day, police shot a potential shooter near the RNC. And then commuters, the man who was shot at RNC today was wielding knives, not guns. So this was actually a knife plot, not a gun plot. Stop blaming the guns, Jackson Hinkle. Gosh.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm guessing this video is SWAT. Yeah. The mounted patrol.
Kind of happens. Well, friends, and then it sort of dies down, and that type of thing. So we talk.
It is not calm at the time I was on the roof like this.
Okay, so I think I found out who it was, because this didn't really tell us fuck all. This told us fuck all. All right. Sorry, sweaty ears. All right, so let's see. So fatal shooting of homelessman raises security concerns. Security questions about out-of-state police at RNC. So Milwaukee, they called him Jehovah. Was he a Jehovah Witness? An unhoused man who one acquaintance described as a beautiful person. He lived in one of Milwaukee's tent encampments and was well known by people in the neighborhood around King Park. You would also often see him walking his dog and carrying a Bible. No wonder he was called Jehovah. The man, identified by a cousin as Samuel Sharp Jr., was shot and killed Tuesday by 5 police officers from Columbus, Ohio, working as part of the city's security efforts surrounding the Republican National Convention. Body cam video released by authorities showed he was brandishing a knife. So this doesn't actually look like an actual another assassination plot, as was reported. Jackson Hinkle is fake news now, apparently. The shooting happened just. Well, I don't think he actually said that this was another assassination plot. Hold on. Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe I read that incorrectly. That could have been me. That could have been a me. There it is. Okay. Yeah, no, he did imply. He was like, yeah, they're trying to kill Trump again. Doesn't seem like that's what this was at all. But anyways, the shooting happened just under a mile from the security perimeter of the convention, which is unfolding amid heightened security following a gunman's attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday. Authorities said that the fatal shooting in Milwaukee is unrelated to the convention, but for some residents of the neighborhood, it raises questions about decisions to bring out-of-state police officers into the city to provide policing for the event. Milwaukee police officers would have known, no, this is King Park. This is a known area for homeless to camp out. Lots of folks with mental disabilities in the area. Tread carefully, de-escalate. Milwaukee Alderman Robert Bauman, who represents the district where the shooting happened. Out-of-state officers are in unfamiliar territory, and they don't know King Park from Central Park. Columbus police are bringing the 5 officers involved in the shooting back home, but the other 35 officers of the city sent are remaining in Milwaukee. Steele said the victim was waving knives at other people or police when Columbus officers shot him. Steele said he didn't know if the officers had tried to use de-escalation measures or a stun gun before shooting the man. 13 Columbus police officers were in the area for a briefing when they saw an altercation between 2 people, one of whom was holding a knife in each hand. God damn, that guy's ready to go. According to preliminary information provided by the Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman late Tuesday. The officers ordered the man to drop the knives. He said the man did not, and then suddenly charged at another individual. Okay, so hold on. According to the chief, the officers ordered him to drop a knife. He didn't, and then they didn't open fire until he charged at someone else. So, it sounds like a justified shooting right there. Body cam footage and still frames released late Tuesday by Columbus police show the man was still armed with knives and lunged towards another man. At the time of the shooting, police shot him multiple times, killing him. The video showed. So I fail to understand how being in familiar territory has anything to do with that. So are you saying Milwaukee police wouldn't have shot a guy who was lunging at another guy with while holding a bunch of knives? Is that what Milwaukee's trying to say? Milwaukee police would not have shot a man trying to, lunge at another man. 2 knives were recovered at the scene, the chief said. Norman strongly defended the out-of-state officers involved in the shooting. Someone's life was in danger. These officers who are not from this area took it upon themselves to act to save someone's life today. Let's see. So Columbus mayor said the body camera footage shows the Columbus officers acted in accordance with their training to prevent physical harm to a potential victim. Columbus officers were guests in Milwaukee, but they take an oath to protect and serve wherever and whenever they're called to service. Let me guess. The guy was black. That's why there's an issue. I have no idea. I'm just fucking with people. Police have yet to identify the victim, but a first cousin, Linda Sharp, told reporters on the scene that he was Samuel Sharp Jr., who was known by the nickname Jehovah. Let's see. Eddie Johnson, a friend of the victim, said he was a beautiful person who was known to walk his dog and carry his Bible. Maybe he should have been carrying his Bible instead of the knives. Like, what is this? Like, I don't understand this. Johnson said he didn't deserve that. Yeah, but the dude was charging someone with knives. Okay, okay, I understand. It's very tragic. You're very upset. You're very, you're friends with the person. But, I'm done with that. But like, the cops didn't just go out and blam him just for shits and giggles. He was presenting an active threat, going and trying to attempt to look like attack someone else. Like, I don't get it. Like, you can't be mad when the police have to stop someone who's trying to kill someone else. That's what it looked like to anyone. Anyone who saw that, or any reasonable person who actually saw that, probably were like, yeah, this guy's trying to kill this fucker. you know what? We've had some heights and feelings. So you know what? I think today we'll end the show by listening to some comedians. All right, some actual comedians, not Destiny. Some actual comedians. Okay, we're gonna listen to them and have a good laugh. Okay, I got 2 comedians we'll listen to. One's a black guy, so you know that's important, right? All right.
Y'all see the president? Well, the nigga that's running, Trump. He got shot, dog. They shot him. This nigga done been shot. This nigga done went to jail. He done scammed people. And this nigga my uncle. Who the fuck? Who the hell? He's black. He's officially black now, bro. This is beautiful. They shot him. He was like, yeah, I'm having a fire. He was fine. He was doing like this and walked out with an American flag on him. Like this. He put one of these, like, I'm a real nigga. Fuck, nigga, I'm out of here. That's hard, bro. I wasn't even finna vote. I'm voting now, dog. He got it. He won. I wasn't even finna vote. I had no skin in the game. I like, that nigga got shot. He won. Fuck the bullshit. He had real ops, nigga. What the fuck? Joe Biden's biggest op is the stairs. That's it. He had real ops. Somebody really tried to listen. That's how you know he a real nigga, bro. Joe Biden has been trying to kill himself his whole presidency. So nobody had to kill this nigga. Nobody had to try to kill it. Trump been just ready to go his whole time, and like, we gotta fucking off his ass, and missed. And just skipped his ear and missed. That's crazy, bro. Hey, Mexican nigga, you fuck with Trump? Yeah? Hell yeah, that was good. Huh? You say amen? He not God, nigga, what the fuck? That was crazy.
That guy is hilarious. That was funny. Let's see. I guess his name's Cam Patterson. I hope so, because this guy's funny. That guy's funny. Oh, let's see. Someone asked who this is. Okay, Cam Patterson. All right. Kill Tony. That's his name. So give him a check out. Give him a look-see. All right, there's someone else who did a joke. All right, here he is.
Hey, man.
I hope he holds the press conference. Right after.
Many men.
Now look, this guy's funny. The jokes are funny. His impressions are shit. All right, he has really shit impressions. This is a shit Donald Trump impression.
Many, many, many men. They wish death on me. They shot me. They tried to shoot me. That's how you know it was a liberal holding the gun. They missed it. They don't know how to hold firearms. He didn't even believe in the Second Amendment. It was a fake gun. We found out later the bullets, they were real bullets, but they were made in China. That's where they were made. So soft, I barely bled. I shot the guy back. Nobody saw that. They cut the cameras.
I hope he holds the press conference right after.
Many.
That was great. See, those are some good jokes. Those are some good jokes. All right. Destiny doesn't have jokes, okay? Oh, man. I really enjoyed those. Those are hilarious. These guys are funny. Oh, shit. You know what? I fucked up there. My bad. You know what? I didn't give that guy his flowers. Hold on. Let me bring back up. I'm racist. I gave the black guy. I let you know who that was, but I didn't let you know who this guy was. Okay. So this guy is Drew Dunn. Okay. Again, shit impression, funny joke. Okay. It was a shit impression, but it was a funny joke. And you know what? That's all that matters. It's a funny joke. All right. There we go. Corrected my mistake. I did it for the black guy. I had to do it for the white guy. Sorry, guys. All right. There we go. That's the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you give it a like and a follow. And we'll be back here later, tomorrow, talking about something else. I'm going to go to bed because I'm fucking tired. I hope you all have a good day. Peace out and see you later. Peace.